Hi everybody, and thank you for tuning in to my brand new channel. I first want to tell you thank you for everybody who has joined the group and is enjoying all the images I am sharing. I've been asked for some people who are fairly new to talk about a couple of things, and I will be making some videos, so I hope you enjoy moving forward. But today I want to talk about one huge topic is SVG files. So if you are an expert, if you're a cricketer, this may not be for you. You probably know everything about SVG files, probably more than me. I have been dealing with images for quite some time, so I can share my knowledge with you guys. And please comment below if you have any questions. If you want me to review anything, I will be more than happy to help you with. So first off, let's start off with, I created the group a couple of days ago, and I have created my own images that I've generated that I did not get from another website, that are, you will see, they're slightly different than images that you would get from a purchase website. And there's a couple of posts that strictly show the images that I make, which were the LGBTQT images, some of the Hanukkah images, some of the coastal images, and some of the wraps. I made those myself. So you probably, if you see it on the internet, those are images from me. So with that being said, I'm here to help you with a lot of things. Facebook has a tendency to compress files. So when files are compressed, I did comment. I said, hey guys, if you're having a problem with any of the files that Facebook compresses, then let me know and I'll either email it to you in a larger format or I'll send it to you as a PM message. Facebook also limits me on the amount of files I could put in, because the files that I upload are larger in size, therefore their graphics quality is a little bit higher. But let's move in right along into our topic for today. I'm going to bring up a couple of charts. I want to explain it to you, so it's quickly, and I'm not going to bore you, I promise. What is an SVG file? An SVG file is an image file that is considered a scalable vector graphics file. That is right here. Now, what does that mean to you, a person who uses Cricut? This file is a file that's already clear in the background, it's transparent, and it's also layered. So if you're using vinyl and you're trying to layer your image, SVG file is the file that you want. The rest of the world, okay, if you are using Cricut or you're using Silhouette and you are looking to do wraps, sticker prints, you're looking to do any type of imagery printing that is less than, let's say, 16 by 20 inches, you are more than welcome to use a PNG file if it's correctly formatted, and I will explain to you how it is. JPEG files are okay if you're using them in a small format. GIF files, for anything crafty, you want to stay away from GIF. Even though they're cute, they are most of the time they're image files that have animation, as you see here in the little chart, and they're small in size. PNG files, they're not. There's a reason why, and I'll explain it to you once we're going to move right ahead. So let's jump into our Cricut design space. Now, the Cricut design space, I do want you to know that I'm using the most current one. Today is November 10th, 2021. A recent version of 16.5.204 was released, and I managed to just do the download. And so now that we're going to be working off of that, I'm going to format it into the screen so everybody could see what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be uploading certain files that I want you to see what I mean when I say this is a clear file, this is a clean file, this is a clean SVG, or this is a clean PNG. You will know now, with a little bit more experience, I hope I can explain it to you a little bit better So for you guys that are new to using Cricut Design Space, I could show you a project of how to use basics, but let's just start off and jump right into a new project. Okay, new project gives you a blank canvas. What I like to do is I like to press on the top corner here. It gives you a grid and then a metric grid, which gives you even more space. Now, you also cannot print past a certain size within Cricut. So I know our mats are 12 by 12s or 12 by 24s. If you're using the old Cricut versions, I know there's newer versions out there now, but most of the people are still using the 12 by 12. So I'll just talk about that. Now, mind you also, I'm talking to the crowd of people that is fairly new. I'm not going to be saying, hey, you need to buy this program that's $350 to create beautiful images or gifts that you just want for your family or friends. A lot of these programs, I'll tell you, they'll be free to download. They will be using basic Windows programs that are already programmed into Windows. So like Notepad, Paint. I'm kind of an old schooler with a lot of these images. Yes, I do create my SVGs and my PNG files with Illustrator and with Photoshop, and I do have my ways of creating similar files that I'll show you later on. You'll be able to create your own beautiful PNG files that you can print in a large format, and they'll be perfect. So let's move right along. We are in Cricut Design Space. We've opened up a brand new project. We're going to go click and upload. You're going to see a space for image. Now notice that image Design Space image file formats: JPEG, GIF, PNG, BMP, SVG, and DXF. It allows you to upload. So just be careful when you're uploading, because Cricut is not going to tell you, hey, this file is pixelated. That may also be a new word for you, but after you're done with this video, you will know what pixelated files are. So let's go ahead, jump right in. Some of these, my old projects, you may see this as one of my images that was uploaded before. But let's go ahead and click on Upload Image. We're going to press Browse, and I will show you. So this is my folder where I have most of the things. I direct to it. It's on my desktop. I click into my lesson, and I want to show you first a GIF Mickey file. So when you just move the mouse over, you're going to see that the dimensions are 320 by 240. So what does that mean? That is the size in pixels, and that is basically the size of the image that you want to print, which is tiny. So let's see how it looks like. I'm going to click on it. We're going to press Open. Mind you that the background is white. You have some spaces here, so you know that you are either going to be weeding this out, or you're going to try your best to make sure that it's as clean as possible if you're not going to be using a standard sticker print. So let's go into this. I'm going to give it benefit of the doubt, and I will do a most complex high def image. I'll say that, hey, Cricut, please notice that this has a lot of colors, which we know that there's very basic colors in here, but we want Cricut to say, please review this file at your best. There's a lot of fine detail, blended colors in this image. So let's see how it goes. In Design Space, they have a Cricut crop option. We're going to click on that after we're done editing this file. So we currently have it at 87%. If you're looking at it as at a screen, I have a 16-inch laptop monitor, and to me the image currently looks like it's about 3 inches maybe by 4. So, and it's at 87%. Let's just put it down. Let's see if we can try to get it to 100. All right. Well, it looks pretty clear actually for a GIF file. But let's see how this goes. We're going to click the select in manual. Once you scroll down on this left menu, the selected manual gives you an entire space before it's broken or it has nowhere else to cut through. So it's going to clean out an entire space and it's going to make it transparent. These boxes in the back mean that this file has now become transparent, and everywhere else is where the image will cut. Let's take a look at our preview. So right now, if you were printing on a white sticker, this may be an image that you may want, or if you have a water slide that's white in background, or a transparent water slide, you are probably okay to continue and move forward. But let's go back. So I want to clean it up a little bit more, and I want to press here, here, here. So all of these spaces that I'm clicking on with the select option is going to say, hey Cricut, this is where you want to cut it. And therefore, when we do a preview, you're going to see the space and the lines of where Cricut is going to cut. So now, once we're in the preview mode, actually, I want to go back and I want to show you something else. Let me see if I'm able to do it. Yes. So I like to cut my images, and this is the cut tool. It's called a crop tool. You're going to trim away unwanted areas. Why do we want to trim away unwanted areas? So you see all of this space on the right and on the left. This is all wasted space that Cricut will think, hey, there is an image here. So let's say if you're close to the 11-inch mark and you're saying, oh, hey, this hand is hitting right at that 11-inch, 11 and a half, or I think it's 11.67 marker where the print value stops. Cricut is not going to allow you to do a print, and it's going to say it's an unsupported image that you will have to now make smaller, or you're going to have to move out of the zone, because it's going to consider that this image is being cut. So what I like to do is I like to crop as much as I can. Right here, I selected it. I'm holding the left mouse button, and I'm like a little bit obsessed because I love to cut it out to as much possible to give me as much space as I can get. Let's see. I don't like to waste my water slide paper. I don't like to waste my sticker paper, my vinyl. So I like to save as much as I can. Even if I'm working on another project, I'll do, oh, what am I doing here? I'll do a, there you go, let's cut it. So now you see the top. Oh, wait, let's go undo. I'm going to zoom this out a little bit, and I'm sorry if I'm moving closer, but I am using my webcam, so there you go. All right, it's a little bit cut up top, but we can live with this. So everything else here is cut out. You have the option, you could take this out, this little gray screen, but it's starting to become pixelated. So let me show you what that means. Let's go back into our background remover, and we're going to do preview cut image. Very small size. It looks like it's okay, but let's start to zoom in. Let's say you want to do an image that is 9 inches, or you have a beautiful jewelry case that you want to do for a child or a gift for someone that loves Disney, and you want to make it a little bit bigger than the 3 inches, which more people like. So here's the problem where you start to come in. Everywhere where you will try to do the cut, it's going to look pixelated. The cuts are not going to be straight. It's going to cut side by side. If you keep looking closer and closer and closer, do you see that it looks, if I can explain it to you, it looks kind of like spray paint. So when you are going to do the cut will not be a perfectly shaped around the ear. It's going to have like these little cuts going along, and you really don't want that. So let's do this. We're going to go back to the 100 size mark. We're going to do apply, and we're going to see. So this is really where Design Space starts to tell you, okay, this is not the image size that you want to use. If you are going to be doing a cut, it's going to have all these imperfections. Unless you want to be cleaning it up, excuse me, and working yourself around. If you really have a an image that you really like and you want to clean it up, just remember, even though you're cleaning this up, the image by itself is going to look blurry, or also known as pixelated. So, but you also have the option to do a print and then cut. Okay, so when you do this, this is also still small. It's still good for a like a sticker print. So you would click on this file. I'll do a upload for the print and cut. We're gonna do sample Mickey. Excuse me. And once we have it uploaded, our image comes up here. I'm going to click on the image and add it to Canvas. Okay, so now the actual size of the image is 1.5 inches and a little bit under 1.5 inches. We want to make it, let's say, even 5 inches. This is not going to go because this is how blurry it's going to look. And let's say you want to make it 10 by 10. When this prints, it's not going to be an acceptable file. It's going to be very pixelated and you're not going to be happy. And if you're going to be selling this item, a customer will not want to buy this from you. So let's go to another format. So GIF files. Let's see, where is my little chart? GIF files, you want to stay away from them. They're actually one of the older files. BMP files, GIF files, JPEGs are one of the older formats of files. All right, let's go back down. So we're not going to be using GIF files. Let's look at JPEGs. Oh, where am I going? All right. So we had this one uploaded. Now let's go into we did the GIF. Now we're going to do the JPEG Mickey. The JPEG Mickey let's see. So this one was 320 pixels by 240 pixels. And we knew that that was about 1.5 inches by a little bit under 1.5 inches. This file is a little bit larger. So I'm going to show you something that I use as my reference. That way, while we're here, and then I'm going to go back to it. There's a conversion chart that tells you about the pixel sizes. So we have the GIFs, right? This GIF was, let's see, oh, it goes away. Oh, where did the file go? Where did there you go. All right. So we've had the 320, which is the smallest, right? It's very, very small. Then you have the JPEG. And I'm going to move this out of the screen. Let's reference back to this file. And this file is a 580 by 755. So let's do the 755. We're going to do it. Let's do it 720. We're going to work around this size. So you have a file that you can print, which will be pretty clear to the eye at 7.5 inches by 5 inches in height. All right. So if you're working with a smaller size that you're going to print, you're actually going to, you may get away with this one. So let's see. We're going to click on the file and we're going to press open. And I'm also going to do complex. I'm going to go the same all across the board. And I will clean up the image the same way. We have the select I'm going to click to erase and make the image transparent. Okay, cleaned up a little bit, cleaned up a little bit here, and I'm going to just get rid of that little piece right there. Okay, looks pretty good, right? But now look at this again. So we're looking at 100% of the image scale. And remember, each one of these transparent boxes is a pixel. So you kind of will know it's a pixel. You see this? This is how your printer, your Cricut, is going to print. It's going to print out all these imperfections. And if you are like me, it will drive you crazy. Absolutely crazy. I can't even look at this image. Oh my God. Okay, there are ways to erase it and clean it up, and I'm just not going to show it to you today because you're better off working with clean PNG or SVG files, and you'll see me post these are clean files. That means you do not and you will not get this, okay, within my batches of files that I upload. So you see this? Oh my goodness. I'm just going to show this to you guys as an example. What does this actually look like? So we're going to change this. With the original one, we had a print then cut image, so that would be perfect for stickers or printable vinyl or water slide. So this is a cut image that would also be good only for really a paper, a cardstock, a vinyl, even iron-on HTV. You guys want to use this? This will be the cut image. So words, shapes, pictures of such, you may want to use this cut option. So we're going to do upload. And we're going to scroll, add to canvas. And you see this. So the original file, it is larger than our first. It's about 8 inches by 10, and it's going to cut all this stuff. Oh my goodness, driving me crazy. Okay, so the next file, I'm going to delete this, close this up. The next file that we want to look at is, let's see, I'm going to show you first an SVG, and then I want to talk about PNG files because, and some people may argue with it, but I like PNG files, and there's a reason, there's a pretty good reason for it. So let's go into upload again, and we're going to do this time the SVG. So this is the files that everyone is asking for. These are the files that you can layer them, and they're already transparent in background, so you really are, if you're a layering master, and I've seen some people that do layering, and you guys are amazing, because I don't have the patience for it. I will clean up and make a beautiful image, and I will do other things, but I will not layer because I look like a vinyl fairy, and I can't deal with the layering. But you guys are amazing. And hey, all of you that are going to try to vinyl, that are going to try to do these SVG layering files, I will be there to give you whatever files you need. I will help you out. I will help you convert a file into an SVG file, and that's going to be another video. I'll show you how to create SVG files from free or web-based applications. So this right here, we have a PNG file. Let's see which one is the SVG. SVG, where are you? I believe this is SVG. Let's take a look. Yes, it was. It was the SVG file. So here's the SVG file. This is basic colors. So when you are working with SVG files, you want to stick with whatever files that you have in terms of vinyl that you are going to be creating layers for. So when I look at this image, I'm saying, okay, I have red and I have gold vinyl or cardstock, or anything that you're going to be able to layer on. All right. let's see. So each color, it's going to have its own individual cut layer. All right, we're going to click next. And these files are beautiful, but sometimes for whatever project that a newer crafter is doing, you may not want to deal with SVGs. But for those that are a little bit more experienced, go for it. It's beautiful. Okay, so SVG files, they are basically made to, I'm going to just show you, this is my mat is at a ratio of 50%. I'm going to show it how it would look at a 24-inch size printout. The colors are going to stay the same. The image is going to be perfect just as it was if it was a 1-inch file. Oh, where did we go? Where did we go? What happened? Nope, 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 nope. What do we do? All right. Let's try this again. All right, we're back at our original file right here. We're going to zoom in. So you see how small it is, and it's really, I'm going to delete this one. Let's just work with this one for now. If you look at it 100%, and you see how small it is up to, and it will stay the same exact size, no matter what size. So people do love them. People that are trying to print billboard size files, they use SVG files and greater. There's greater file formats that will allow you to do large prints. But going back to this, if you look over on your right hand side, it's going to show you the type of cuts you're doing. Besides the cuts, you're going to click make it because you want to print this. And it's going to show you, hey, this is your gold mat and this is your red mat. Some cuts are going to be 4, 5, or 6 colors. So just please be careful if it's your first time layering. Be prepared to use different colors, or at least the colors that you want. So, and if you're using HTV, obviously always mirror. It even says in the boxes of the HTV, please always mirror. All right, SVGs. We're done. They're beautiful. Everybody loves them. Okay, great. Now, let's move over into PNG files. So we had our chart with the pixels. Let's see, with the pixel chart. I'm going to open it back up. So we've done the SVGs. SVGs give you everything, and they're really not small in size. This is an educational chart that I got off of a college website, and I don't know why they would say SVGs are small because they're usually really not, but I guess everyone has their opinion on it. All right, let's go back into, we're going to go back into our pixel chart. So here is what I have with my PNG files. And before we move over into my PNG files, I want to upload for you a internet-based PNG file. So this is something that was received from another Facebook group, and it talks about PNG files, and how I would say it, it would talk about the sizes. You want to look at PNG files and you really want to focus on the sizes. Let's see. This is 3,000, so this is huge. And PNG, I love working with PNG. They're beautiful. And so when we look at 3,000, it's double this amount. So let's say this will allow us a print of 15, we would say 30-inch prints. So it'll give us a pretty high resolution. So this image, when it comes in PNG, you're going to take a look at it. It's going to be pretty good. You should be very happy, and it comes already cleaned up. The right file formats come with a clear or a white background. It's by choice. So if I do my PNG files, I sometimes select a white background or sometimes select a clear background. If there's an image that you see that is a PNG file on my Facebook group, you can say, hey, Katie, shoot me a comment and be like, can I please have this in a PNG clear, transparent format? And don't ask me for 76 or 78, all of the files. Select the ones that you want and I'll be able to do them for you. I do give the option to people to have them in a white PNG file, but a lot of people like clear, and I understand. So let's go into, we have the PNG file, and we're going to do a complex format. Let's go click continue, and you already have all the work done for you. It's at 5%, so remember it prints up to 30 inches. So now look at how beautiful and sharp this is called a clean file that you will not have to clean up. And some people have asked me, and I hope you're watching this, guys. So when I say clean format file, clean SVG or clean PNG file, this is what I mean. You essentially have nothing to do besides select the format, select the project that you want to put this into. Silhouette is the same with the transparency, and so is Cricut Design Space. So now we have this. I have nothing to do here. All my work is done. I'm going to press apply. Let's see. And then I'm going to do either print or cut. If we do a cut image, we already know it's perfect. The tail, everything is perfect. So let's just do this. I'm going to do print and cut, and we're going to call this PNG. Alrighty now. So we've completed the GIF, the JPEG, the SVG, and now we are up to PNG. We're going to select Add to Canvas. Alrighty. So you can take a look and you could see that I will show you this right here. It keeps clearing out my grids. So if this was a white background file, you'd clearly see that this is white and the grid is visible on the other side. But if you look at, I'm going to make this smaller and smaller. Let's do this. So we can make this small. PNG files are beautiful. They're if you make them smaller, they're just beautiful, clean, crisp files. If you see that, that's how they clean up. And then let's make it 32 inches, and it's still pretty clean. So I'm going to close this out, and I want to show you some things. We have SVG files that we spoke about. We have, excuse me, we have the PNG files, then we have the resolutions for the file sizes. When we work in Microsoft Paint, you may ask me, hey, what is she previewing this in? I'm going to close this out, and I'm going to show you the file. We're not going to, do not save this. Microsoft Windows has a Microsoft Paint program that is in your accessories. If you just type in the toolbar Paint, it will come up with the Paint app. It's free for you to use. Now, for you to create your own PNG, I'm going to show you very fast because this will be entirely another lesson. When you are making a file and you want to create a nice, crisp, clean file, what you're going to do is you're going to resize it. My rule of thumb is you're going to do a horizontal Pixels, 3000. 45. Okay? Resize and skew. We're going to maintain the aspect ratio, which shows the image to be true to its width and length. We're going to press OK. And now you're going to see this huge screen. I'm going to expand it for you just a little bit. All right. We're going to minimize it here. And you're going to have a smaller image. Quick sample. I'm going to show you a little quick sample of some of my fonts. That was just a create a text box. And please stay tuned. I believe the next video is going to be how to download and install and where to find free fonts. Please, 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 these fonts are for public use. I will include for you fonts that I usually use. I did promise. We had 500 people over the weekend in less than, I believe, 48 hours. I have promised you guys I will give you a top 10 hit of my top fonts that are free for use, and they're not you won't get in trouble. You can't get in trouble if you're used, because they are available to download. You just have to find them. All right, so we are going to do I love. Oh, it's so tiny. Remember, we're working with a very big image size. We just have it zoomed out. So let's raise this from 11. Let's do 400. And now we're going to go ahead and we will, let's make this right here. Now, so we have a large file size. We used a large font, which is the printing lettering. And we're going to do save as. Type style. This is for my subs. All right. So this is free from Microsoft Paint. Microsoft Paint. I'm going to close this. Close this also. So now we're still with PNG files. And I'm going to go back into my Cricut just to show you the file and how it looks like. Upload, 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 and browse. And this is for my subs. It does have a white background. Some of my files are clear. This one is white. I made it in white. We're going to clean it. 6%. So now you're going to assume, hey, this is going to be a pretty big file. But check this out. Look at how clean these lines are. If you're going to do a print preview, look at how beautiful these are. This is a quick little treat for you guys to see how you can make your own PNG files. Just raise a blank document in Microsoft Paint, and you'll be able to make very large images that look beautiful in Cricut. So you could look like a pro for the next time that you're making a cut image. I hope this was clear enough for you new guys. If you please need me to explain it to you a little bit better, I'm here. PM me, comment. Like I said, my group, it is judgment free. If you're new, I am totally okay with helping you. If you need more complex questions, hit me up. I'm here. I've done it all. I've done all types of crafts. I'm here to help you. So with that being said, please watch my next video. It's going to be on fonts, how we're going to install and use fonts in different programs to create files for yourself. And then you'll be able to be a pro at it. Okay? Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks again.